My name is Haseebah Ali. I'm an artist and arts educator from Birmingham. I have a lot of storytelling within my work, and I really like bringing colour and culture into my pieces and making it about people. So that's what I wanted to do. And this actual piece is inspired by the headdress that grooms wear when they go to a South Asian wedding. So that's why it's called Sehra, because that's what that piece is called. The grooms used to come in like these big gold foil like necklaces and garlands and everything. So it's about celebrating that part of it, but yeah, weaving in that South Asian pattern work too. I always thought of like a doorway for someone to like walk into and walk through. That was important because it adds to that kind of interactive element of it all. The old printworks made this doorway and then cut it out and did some beveling on the inside. And then I spent from the end of last week creating the plan for it, creating the base, and then just painting. Whenever I come to this venue, I always think about the weddings that used to take place. My uncle was married here, my auntie was married here too. So I wanted to commemorate that and a sense of community and celebration that went on into the venue, because if you look at it from the outside, you don't realise the past lives that were kind of lived in these halls. Celebration, in a sense, it's like universal. It's a language that can be kind of spoken visually. It's a thing that needs to be brought out, this sense of joy. Joy for me is having people around you that you love and just feeling really content with life, you know, like just enjoying that moment, enjoying that day, and just being happy with being there in that moment, and nothing else matters really. My practice is quite socially engaged, so I wanted to include those aspects into my work. And I feel naturally within artworks, you know, you can look at them and if you see them, but you can't really understand what they're about or the context of them until you do an activity or you're talking to the artist. And it's a way to bring people together as well. So one person might not know another person in the room, but after that session or after those 10 minutes together, it's building up a conversation. I hope when people look at the piece that they do feel joy, and they look at the images and it reminds them of their own family or the celebration elements that were in this venue that they went to as well. Art is definitely vital to the community. I think definitely now, you know, people look at art and they, especially like you see in schools and everywhere else, it's seen as secondary rather than primary, but you don't realise how much that you need it. Art, it's not just illustration, you know, it's music, it's poetry, and I think this festival really brings out those aspects. Creating these memories, having these conversations, is just so beautiful, and the community really needs it as well. You can't make a great piece just by yourself, or you can't, like, you know, create the artwork, have an exhibition by yourself. Like, you can't do everything, you know, so this is the best example of it, of like people coming together and like bringing the best parts out of each other. It's nurturing specifically a younger generation as well, and we really need that now. It's giving them like the time and the space to explore all these different avenues and venues, and even having like these free spaces where you can do a workshop or just come in for the day, you know, do some swimming or go to the library or something else. We need these spaces and we need it to be free. So having like a younger person come in and actually being like, okay, like I can do this today, and or them seeing like artists come in, it's a nice way for that progress to carry on and for those future generations to carry on making art and carry on being inspired.